and introducing Prasanna ji, I would like to first introduce Swapnil. Basically, Swapnil is from Nalanda, and he has done his engineering from IIT Kharagpur. He's devoted to the social cause from beginning. He has worked as a Joseph Overton Fellow, representing state of Bihar for implementing right to education for 1 year. Later, he headed the franchisee vertical of Farms and Farmers Foundation, an agri-tech startup which has won numerous awards from government. He has been working towards furthering the objective of financial inclusion with RBI since last 6 years. He's in RBI, and he is at an AGM position at a very young age. And also he's dedicated to studying the literature of Pandit Shri Ram Sharma Acharya, and he's volunteering actively in the social initiatives taken by Gayatri Parivar Mumbai. He will be moderating today's session on entrepreneurship. Swapnil?
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for the introduction, and I would like to take the session forward. I welcome Prasanna Soparkar ji, who is the chief guest for us and the keynote speaker on the theme. And I also welcome, we have around more than 100 participants in the session from across the country. So just to set the tone, for the theme, ये जो टॉपिक है एंटरप्रेन्योर्स आर बॉर्न और सेल्फ मेड, ये टॉपिक हमारे लिए क्यों जरूरी है और इसकी क्या महत्ता है। आचार्य पंडित श्री राम शर्मा आचार्य का उनकी एक कोट है जो मैं आप सबके सामने पढ़ना चाहूंगा। उन्होंने कहा है कि वैसी शिक्षा जो हाथों को आजीविका और उपार्जन सिखाए, वैसी शिक्षा शिक्षा है। वो शिक्षा नहीं है जो पेट के लिए पराधीनता सिखाए और मन के लिए विलासिता सिखाए। तो कहीं ना कहीं अगर हम उद्यमिता की बात करते हैं तो उसके पहले शिक्षा की बात होती है कि हम अपने सोसाइटी में किसे रोल मॉडल मानते हैं। क्या हमारा सपना एक उद्यमी बनने का होता है या एक बहुत ही कंफर्टेबल नौकरी पाने का होता है? क्या हम समाज के प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व करने के लिए उत्सुक रहते हैं या सिर्फ अपने पेट उपार्जन करने के लिए चिंतित रहते हैं? तो कहीं ना कहीं इस उद्यमिता के सवाल के पहले हमें खुद से ये पूछना होता है कि हम सब करना क्या चाहते हैं, बनना क्या चाहते हैं। तो इसीलिए ये टॉपिक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। अगर मैं थोड़ा सा हिस्ट्री बैकग्राउंड भी देना चाहता हूँ, ये टॉपिक इतना क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे लिए। आज से 200-300 साल पहले, 400 साल पहले भारत जो देश था, इट वाज अ कंट्री ऑफ एंटरप्रेन्योर्स। हमारे जो प्रोडक्ट्स थे वो पूरे वर्ल्ड में एक्सपोर्ट होते थे। It was only because when the British came and they implemented such export-import strategies which crushed the local industry. Otherwise, आप किसी भी शहर में जाएं, हर शहर किसी एक चीज से फेमस है, चाहे वो जौनपुर हो, शाहजहांबाद हो, हर शहर के पीछे एक स्टोरी है और वो स्टोरी वहाँ के उद्यमियों की है। तो हमारा इतिहास उद्यमियों का इतिहास है, हमारा इतिहास नौकरी पेशा लोगों का इतिहास नहीं है। तो हमें ये समझना होगा कि किसी भी देश को अगर महान बनना होता है तो उसके लिए जो वहाँ के उद्यमी होते हैं वही उस देश को महान बनाते हैं। और पिछले कुछ सालों से ये देखा गया है कि हमारे कंट्री में भी उद्यमिता को लेकर के काफी पॉजिटिव डेवलपमेंट हुई है एंड नाउ पीपल रिस्पेक्ट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, जो कि शायद आज से 20-30 साल पहले बहुत मुश्किल होता था एंड दे हैड टू फेस सो मेनी ऑब्स्टिकल्स। सो हम एक ऐसे टर्निंग पॉइंट पे है जहां पे जो हमारा यूथ है, दे विल राइट द स्टोरी ऑफ द नेशन, ऑफ द फ्यूचर ऑफ दिस कंट्री। एंड टू गाइड द यूथ, आई डोंट थिंक देयर कैन बी एनीवन बेटर than Shri Prasanna Soparkar ji, who is the keynote speaker. He has been for 30 years, he has been in the domain of human resources. Just to give a brief introduction of his, a sprawling career, that he has been on leadership position across the Tata group of companies, be it Tata Industries or Tata Infotech. He has been the head of HR in many other private companies also. Some of them include Aegis Chemicals, Levi's, and Shell Transource. He has developed, most importantly, because there are many those people who occupy leadership positions, but there are very few who are able to make a significant change in the company culture. And he has been committed to transform the company towards a learning organization. आप सबने knowledge economy की बात सुनी होगी कि आज वही देश ताकतवर है जिसकी इकोनॉमी knowledge based है। and he has been a pioneer in that. HR जो एक डोमेन है, वो सिर्फ एक फंक्शन की तरह भी यूज किया जा सकता है, या फिर उसको आप बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी का एक कोर एजेंडा बना सकते हैं. एंड ही हैज ऑलवेज डन द सेकंड पार्ट, कि आप एचआर को कैसे एक बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी के लिए पॉजिटिवली आप इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. Right now, he is the managing director of the largest, human resource services company in India, which is Core Integra Consultancy Services Private Limited. This company currently has more than 10,000 employees, and it has delivery capabilities across 450 locations. So it is our privilege. ये हमारा बहुत ही बड़ा privilege है. सारे जो participants हैं, right now मैं देख सकता हूँ around 135 participants are there with us, जो कि mostly youth group के हैं, and there are some entrepreneurs also who are looking forward to your guidance. And I would now request you to begin your sessions with your wise words. And my request with the participants also would be to make the session as interactive as possible. Starting with Prasanna ji will share his views, and towards the later point, आप में से जिनको भी कोई भी बात करनी है, कोई भी सवाल आपके मन में आ रहा है, so आप बेहिचक होकर के उस सवाल का जवाब जानने की कोशिश करें. We would facilitate that. So over to Prasanna ji.
So thank you so very much, Swapnil ji, for the kind words, and a special thanks to Varun ji, who has been persistent in talking to me that I need to take a session for especially the youth on entrepreneurship. I think the topic also has been chosen by him, and I thought I have some insight into how to become an entrepreneur. So I thought, why not share my sort of learnings and the journey with being an entrepreneur. So I thought it's an apt topic today, because this country today needs more entrepreneurs rather than job seekers, as Swapnil ji already mentioned. Because today there are a finite number of jobs which the government can create, the private sector can create. Today, if you look at India as a country, there are so many challenges, so many problems in this country, that even if every youth choose one problem and try to create a business around it, there is a huge opportunity. I don't think so. These opportunities are available in any other country, I can say, because they are more developed in nature. If you look at Europe, US, even China for that matter, Australia, all these companies are large countries have reached a particular level where problems have been addressed. But in India, if you look at anywhere, there are so many challenges. We have seen so many entrepreneurs, first generation entrepreneurs, who have come up in the last, let's say, 8 to 10 years time, and have done so wonderfully. If you look at maybe Flipkart, for example, the Bansal friends, Sachin Bansal and his friend, they created one of the most an aggregation of or a market platform, and it became a unicorn. So there are enough examples today one can quote of people, youngsters becoming successful entrepreneurs. So the topic today is very apt, whether an entrepreneur is born or self-made. I think gone are the days when if you were born in a business family, you are maybe able to become a successful businessman. But today, if you look at the top 10 companies in the world as well, or even in India, they are created by the first generation entrepreneurs. Whether you look at Google, whether you look at Microsoft, whether you look at Apple, you look at Uber, all of these companies were first generation entrepreneurs. So it is not necessary that one has to be born into a business family to become an entrepreneur. So that is a given today. And the country also offers, as I said, opportunities, and when the environment is also right to become an entrepreneur. Okay. So at the outset, I would want to mention that the journey of an entrepreneur vis-a-vis a job seeker is very, very difficult. So if anybody is thinking today that, to become an entrepreneur is an easy job, it's an harder task. There are more lows than ups. It's a challenging journey, but let me tell you, it is a very, very what do you say, when you reach a particular stage after you achieve certain milestones, the pleasure today, what I get when I look at my contemporaries, though they may probably draw more salary than me, even today, though I've been the managing director, I also draw salary. But the satisfaction which I get at the end of the day, as Swapnil said, that we employ close to around 10,000 employees in this country, having offices across the major cities. And we are also one of the largest HR aggregators in this country. We have close to around 700 HR partners. So we have also sort of aggregated them on a technology platform. So maybe what I will try and do is share with you my journey. Maybe one could draw some inspiration from that, uh, because I also belong to a very, very ordinary middle class family. I was born in a place called Busawal, a very, very small railway junction, or rather a big railway junction, but the town was very small. I studied there for the first 10 years, and then my schooling and the college was done in various places. But since childhood, I had the good fortune to rub shoulders with friends who were from the business families, and I always dreamt they had big factories, offices, cars, and I also was as a youngster was getting influenced by them. And back then, I when I was in the 11th standard, I came to Mumbai. I was a table tennis player, so I used to play a lot of matches in Mumbai. So I used to come for two months to Mumbai to play the table tennis season. But I was in the 11th standard then, and then I went to a place called Small Scale Industrial Development Corporation in Andheri. Mind you, I was around 18 or 19 years old. I sat there and created a project report to make PVC pipes. I went back to my native place back home, and I asked my father, I need a loan of 5 lakh rupees. And he actually laughed at me and said, okay, you need 5 lakh rupees for what? And then I said, oh, look, I've got this project report which I've made, and I need this, and I'm putting up a factory. He said, buddy, you're pretty young. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I think you need to take a lot of experience once you do that. Uh, I may take a loan and give you that money, but this is not the right time. So the seeds of being an entrepreneur were always there. So I completed my post graduation in human resource. I did my MBA, came to Mumbai, and then started working. But while I was working, the entrepreneurship thing was always there with me. So whenever I was in a job, whichever job I did, I mostly worked with a lot of startup organizations, even within the Tata Group. So I was responsible for the BPO business. I would say I would take the credit of being a pioneer in the BPO space way back in 1999, 98, when there was no mention of BPO as an industry. It was the word was not coined. So I think I was also one of them who coined the term BPO. But if you look back in the US, there is no term called a BPO. They call it contact center and other terms. But we coined that term. I worked with a couple of startup organization within the Tata Group. We started a venture where we wanted to create a farm to fabric kind of project on silk. So I worked on that particular project. So I had the good fortune to work in startup organizations. And in between, then I said, after 20 years, I thought it's enough. I think I need to start something of my own. I started a training organization and an HR organization. I had almost 70. So again, the experience which I had was in the BPO segment. So I thought, why not do something in that space itself? So we started a recruitment and a training organization where we had almost 70 trainers, which included a lot of US and UK and Australian trainers on our company's role. So you name the organization in the BPO segment, and we were supporting them as far as their training needs are concerned. So I had, but I couldn't scale it up to the next level. So I sold my stake to my partner, and then went back to the corporate world. But when I went back, I told my managing director, if you are taking me as an HR vice president, you also need to give me some opportunity to run the business. So he was kind enough to give me a role where I started a new division of temp staffing. And my entrepreneurship, I would call it, it was more intrapreneurship more than entrepreneurship, because the organization, they found that I have the kind of drive and the attitude towards creating something new. So my managing director was kind enough to give me the opportunity. I scaled that business up. Then I moved to a company called Shell Transos. There again, I created. I had an equity stake in that organization. I took that organization from almost 30 crores. When I say I mean the team. We took that organization from 30 crores to 130 crores in a span of 2 years. And we fell short of working capital, so we decided to sell it off. And so this venture of mine was again sold to a US multinational. Uh, uh, and then when you sell the company, obviously the company which acquires have their own management team. And as they say, "एक मयान में दो तलवार नहीं रह सकते." So we graciously moved out because they had their own team. So what I did was, I took a pause and I took a break, and I said, do I want to go back to the corporate world, or do I want to start something of my own? So obviously, once you become an entrepreneur, you taste that blood. You never really want to go back to be subservient to somebody. So I sort of, for 4 months, I took a sabbatical, created a solid business plan, wanting to get into, again, my experience, my exposure has been in HR. So I thought, why not create something of your own? And I created a fantastic business plan. Uh, I then, obviously, the next step for once you create a business plan is, how do I get the funds? Because my dream was, my vision was to be in the top 5 HR companies in this country to begin with, and then I have international aspirations as well. So the first step was, do I start my business using my own money? But that would not have been good enough. So I was scouting for investors, and obviously I did the rounds of finding the right person who can buy into my vision. And I'm happy to mention that I was pretty lucky to get an angel investor who invested in me. Uh, Almost $1 million plus. Uh, and uh, and I always make this cliche statement कि पैसे घोड़े पे नहीं jockey पर लगते. So looks like he thought I am the right jockey to run this business, because I mean the horse can be an Arabi horse, but if the jockey is a novice here, he's bound to lose the race. So I think businesses are driven by people. So therefore, my next step was I created a fantastic team who then joined me. Today, I have able leadership team. We are primarily into labor law compliances. We have created India's first labor law technology solution. So if you look at all your Shopper Stop, your Chroma, the banks, a lot of Tata companies, TCS, you name Tata Projects, Tata Chemicals, Nomura, a whole lot of organizations are using our technology to drive their compliances, because compliances are very, very complex in this country. So when I was mentioning that you need to find a problem, and if you have a problem, you need to find a solution. So the reason why we went into creating this solution, because when I got into this business, labor law compliance business, everything was done manually. Imagine after so many years of independence, even uh, large organizations were doing their compliances manually. So I thought this is a huge opportunity for us, and rightly so. There were a lot of internal resistance also, that why do you want to put so much of money when things are all looking all right and we are doing good business. But I knew that technology is the way to go. This challenge cannot be solved by providing manual work kind of. So I had the conviction. We created this software, and today we are the number one in the labor law compliance space. We are also into the temp staffing business. We have, when I say temp staffing business, we have close to around 10,000 people whom we have hired and deputed at various organizations, such as again TCS is one of our large customer. We have close to around 3,000 people working in TCS who are our employees. Okay. Likewise, Birla Sun Life and SBI, and so on and so forth. We also started a recruitment arm, but I would be very candid in mentioning that we closed down that unit after making a loss of 1.5 crore. And the reason I'm making all these mentions is that one cannot be, once you run a business, you cannot be sentimental about it and say, okay, I have created this particular business, and it's not doing well, but I need to carry it on because it's not a prudent business practice, because it is ultimately going to pull down your organization. So one can't be sentimental. So we closed down this thing. So again, the reason why I'm mentioning this, that success and failures are part and parcel of the business. So don't never get sort of bogged down that you have to close down a unit. You have done losses. So that was my journey. So today we are a 200 crore organization. Our aspirations and the vision is to go to be one of the top HR companies. We also have the aspirations to come up with our own IPO in the next few years. There's a long way to go. Every day, we even today we consider ourselves as a startup organization, and the way we work is that we all have joined this organization. Today is a new day, and we have to achieve certain milestones. So that was my story. Uh, Hopefully, people can take some. The reason why I shared it because I'm an serial entrepreneur. Uh, Created companies, sold companies for various reasons. I couldn't possibly scale it to a particular level. So the best option was to get out if you can't scale it. Uh, and so I did that. And there are various reasons why people exit their organizations also. And I still have aspirations to. I keep on looking at problems, and I keep speaking to my team and say, "This is the problem. I think we need to start something there as well. Create a technology solution." So that's nature, very intrinsic to me. So if one needs to be become an entrepreneur, uh, one needs to be very very inquisitive. If he walks down from his house and walks down the road and keep on watching, I'm sure he can find 10 problems, and he can find a solution for it. So my advice to the budding entrepreneurs is that one needs to be sort of looking at everything. That is there a problem I can solve? So if you find a problem, I think there is an opportunity for you to become an entrepreneur. Sure. So that was my story. And I would also like to mention that there is no age to become an entrepreneur. If you look at many successful stories, uh, uh, people have become entrepreneurs at a very late stage. I mean, my example, I worked in the organizations for 20 long years to be taking that step. But with a clear intent that someday, when I get some critical mass, I will become an entrepreneur. And uh, we may find a lot many impediments to become an entrepreneur. But maybe 10 years back when I started this, 2009, 10, there was a recession. People were telling me this is not the right time to be an entrepreneur. The whole world is going through a recession, particularly in India. This is not the right time. But trust me, uh, the organization flourished in that recession time. Today, if you look at the COVID times, the world is crying and saying, okay, uh, people don't have jobs, people have lost jobs. And let me share with you, and I'm very proud in saying that we have actually increased our business. We have not reduced people, we have added more people. And how was this possible? Okay, people may ask. The labor which we put in by creating this technology solution actually came to our rescue. When how do you go and market your product? Because we had a technology solution, we could showcase it to our prospective clients. Okay, look, we didn't have to go and go and take your bag and give a presentation to a client. We got all of them. People were sitting at home. We got them all on the Zoom platform as we are converged here, and we could showcase our technology offering. And we created a virtual compliance manager. So we tweaked our business model and showcased it to them. And today we are very happy that whatever we labor we put in the past by creating this technology solution has actually helped us. So there is no age. It's extremely important for budding entrepreneurs not to jump into any sort of business. First, gain a lot of experience. So, what I would request, Sapniji, if you could put up the presentation. Uh, how many minutes do we have? We have around 25 minutes left, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so what I'll do is I will try and finish this presentation in the next 15 minutes so that we have another 10 minutes for the question and answer session.
That was perfect.
So my suggestion or advice to all the budding entrepreneurs is gain credible experience. Do not enter into. I mean, me and Swapnilji were discussing yesterday that a lot of people think that it's pretty easy, but it's very sexy to be an entrepreneur today. Okay, it is the in thing. So my neighbor has become an entrepreneur. My friend has become an entrepreneur. He started his own cafe. He started maybe some aggregation platform. So I should also start it. Let me also warn you that for every 100 unsuccessful company, there is only one successful company. So be ready to fail, and nobody is going to judge you. A lot of times people ask me, "What if you fail?" Okay, Um and in this country, I think people used to look at failure. If you become an entrepreneur and if you failed, there was a stigma attached to it. Today, that is not the situation. If you honestly ask me, will I hire a guy from a multinational, or will I hire an entrepreneur who created an organization, run it successfully or unsuccessfully for a couple of years? Would you hire the guy from the multinational, or would you hire this failed entrepreneur? I mean, failed is a very harsh word. I would rather hire him, because the amount of learning which he must have gone through, what not to do is what he has learned. What to do, everybody knows what to do. What not to do is what this gentleman must have learned. So I would rather hire the person. So gain as much as experience. It's okay to fail. There's nobody's judging you. As a matter of fact, if you look at the California as an area in the US, and as I made a mention that there are 100 failed enterprises and one successful enterprises, and these failed entrepreneurs get fabulous jobs in that area itself, because uh, the culture, the atmosphere is such and so vibrant for entrepreneurship is not a joke. I wish that environment also exists, but I think we are slowly moving towards that direction. So gain experience before you get into the business. The first advice I would rather give all the budding entrepreneurs. As I was mentioning, that one needs to find a solution to a problem. I have just mentioned a couple of examples out here. Red bus. So what did the entrepreneur do? We always thought, are booking a bus ticket, one really needs to go to the bus stop or where the private vehicles are there. You go and uh, get your bus ticket. And it was not an organized business. This gentleman created this technology platform, though he has sold it to a once he got the private equity to a South African company, but that company is also doing very well. If you look at Book My Show, I mean, Book My Show is in the younger segment. I think it's very popular. Why only younger? I mean, we all book our tickets to Book My Show. So what they did was, they aggregated all the cinema theaters and their bookings, events, all these things they aggregated today. And so whenever you want to now have want to go to a Prithvi theater in Mumbai, or you want to go to a movie, you book all your tickets at the convenience of your house on a computer or a mobile, and book a ticket. So these people found a problem and created a solution. Same way with Urban Clap. For I mean, today if we want to get some home cleaning done, so whom do we contact? Okay, earlier it was, okay, I'll call Ask Me Services, and I really couldn't. I wouldn't know what kind of skill set that guy had. Now I actually get the biodata of the person who would actually come and do the cleaning. So these people aggregated all the electricians, plumbers, hair cutting guys, and got all of them on one platform and then created an urban club. So in India, there are people have created taxi apps, motorcycle apps. Uh, there are so many technology solutions which are coming. So uh, again, another advice I would rather give to the entrepreneurs is, if you are getting into an entrepreneurship, make sure that your offering has a technology angle to it. Don't just create a brick and mortar solution, because it requires a lot of capital, and investors are really wary of creating anything which is brick and mortar and physical in nature. The investments are sometimes way beyond their capacity also, if one has to scale it up to the next level. So create a technology angle to it, to your problem which you have found. Okay. And this is again a advice I normally give to entrepreneurs is, always in your life have a mentor, okay, who can guide you, uh, who can tell you what is right and what is wrong. Right, probably you may know, he may know, but wrong is what he may point out, because he would have that kind of an experience. Even at this point in time, trust me, I have a couple of mentors. One of the mentors is my ex-boss. Uh, so whenever I'm in doubt, whenever I have a new idea, I bounce it off to him. Uh, though he's not very in age, he's not very senior to me, maybe 1 or 2 years senior, but I don't shy away, because that guy comes with a lot of different angles to the problem. Okay, if I have 10 solution to one problem, he'll come up with 30. So never shy away from finding a mentor. Always go ask for advice. There are people always feel that, okay, uh, there's nobody to advise me. But have you really sought that advice from anybody? There are people. So if you go to anybody, seek help. There are people who are ready to help you. So go to some experts who can help you. Even if you want to invest, before you jumping into any kind of venture, even if you have to pay, please pay. Get your model ratified by expert, and only then get into it. Because if you are young, and you don't have the experience, it is imperative that you go to an expert. Okay. uh, then the other thing is, one needs to create a good business plan. uh, when I say a business plan, one needs to create the market and competition analysis. What are the products which are already available in the market, uh, and what is the value proposition I bring to the table? How is my product or my services are different than what is available in the market? So you will have to understand their strength, their areas of improvements, weaknesses, and create a solid what do you say, a product or a services. Obviously, you will have to have a marketing plan as to how you are going to take your product in the market. Is it going to be again that you will have people selling this, or you would use, how will you use technology to propagate your product in the market? So you will have to have that plan in place, and obviously financial projections as to when you get to the product in the market to the break even. Typically, in any business, small, medium to large scale projects, they take anywhere between 3 years to 5 years to get into a break even. So if you think that I start business today and then I will start making profits after maybe 6 months or a year. So please don't be under that illusion. It takes a hell lot of time. So while you are creating the business plan, you should also know that for the money to come in from any investor or anybody, it will take 6 months to a year's time. You may not get salary. So be prepared. You take your family also into confidence. because as I said, it is very fancy to become an entrepreneur. But if you ask your wife or your parents and say, boss, you need to get that paycheck every month at home. Fortunately, my wife was very considerate, and she said, okay, uh, let's see, at least you have some experience. You can always go back. But I said, I'm not going to go back. I don't have a plan B. I'm working on a plan A. So I also went through no paycheck for months together. Even if your investor invests in you, he will allow you to take money for survival. He is not going to give you the last drawn salary. I was drawing 5 lakh rupees a month. So you have an equity also. You don't get equity and fancy salaries. So be prepared for the long haul. Uh, आपको घर पे मंथ ऑन मंथ पैसे आने वाले नहीं है, ये आपके घर वालों को बता दीजिए, so that they are prepared. Okay. The uh, the other important aspect of any business, my business or any other business one gets in, one needs to create a solid team, and as they say, you are as good as your team. If you look at all the large ventures today, if you look at Infosys, you have Nandan Nelikani, apart from Narayan Murthy, you had Shibulal. So they were a solid team, and therefore they could take that organization to whatever level they are. So even if you look at Flipkart, they were two friends, but they created a solid team, and they became a force to reckon with. So it's extremely important and imperative for, if you have to create a successful organization, you have to have a great team. Without a team, your name is not Mandrake nor Hercules. You can't do everything. You may be, and again, the other day I was talking to Swapnil ji, and he said there are innovators in this country, but they are not good marketing guys. So if your strength is not marketing, so get a marketing resource, and and then you are a force to reckon with. Again, innovate or become obsolete, for which, as I said, even today when we have created this technology product, we are constantly innovating as to how do we, so we created this platform on Java. Now we are talking about how do we get AI into this, how do we get machine learning. um, so we need to challenge the status quo, which means जैसे आज आप है, वो कल नहीं रहने चाहिए. जैसे मेरा बिजनेस आज चल रहा है, बढ़िया चल रहा है, सब रेवेन्यूज भी आ रहे हैं, क्लाइंट्स भी मिल रहे हैं, तो फिर हम इसमें और पैसा क्यों डालें? वो इस वजह से कि अगर तुम स्टेटस को में मानते हो कि भाई अभी मस्त चल रहा है, अभी हॉलीडे पर जाए, कोई 20-22 साल का बच्चा आएगा, कोई टेक्नोलॉजी सोल्यूशन निकालेगा और आपके धंधे को चौपट कर देगा. लिख लो मुझे. When I keep on interacting with a lot of entrepreneurs, and I also part of a lot of interactive sessions with them. So in one of the sessions, which these Flipkart promoters, they were discussing that who are you afraid of? They said, we are not afraid of competition. We are afraid of that guy, 20-year-old guy, maybe from IIT or somewhere, he will come up with some solution, and which would be cheaper, more convenient, and our business can go for a toss. They are worried about that. So, and therefore, whether it is Flipkart or us or anybody, they have to innovate and constantly innovate. You have to challenge the status quo, bring in new technology, and grow. Otherwise, you will be stagnant. Somebody else will come and destroy your business model. Okay, and last but not the least, the advice to all the entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, is patience. Need to have a ton of it. Nothing is going to happen overnight. So if you think that Rome was built in a day or a year, no, it took a long time. It took us 10 years to reach here. And even if you ask me today, do we consider ourselves very successful? The answer is no. That quest to grow is always there. But yeah, we are satisfied. We are, and it's also important to be satisfied. But at the same time, that intrinsic thing is always there, that we want to grow, and we want to be in the top 5 nationally. So there are big behemoths in our business also, but the quest to grow is always there. So patience is one virtue you will always have to have. Uh, you and your near and dear ones. So that's the advice for budding entrepreneurs. Next slide, Swapnil. Yeah, but one of the big question which most of the entrepreneurs or budding entrepreneurs want to be entrepreneurs have is मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है तो मैं entrepreneur कैसे बनूं? वो तो यार वो बड़े बाप का बेटा है तो वो बिजनेस तो कर लेगा, मैं कैसे करूं? बट लेट मी टेल यू, दिस इज अ मिथ. ये बिल्कुल गलत धारणा है कि आपको धंधा करने के लिए पैसे नहीं मिलेंगे. आपको चाहे जितने पैसे मिलेंगे, चाहे जितने, मतलब आप बोलो मुझे 10,000 करोड़ रुपए चाहिए, तो आज 10,000 50,000 करोड़ रुपए भी लोग डालने के लिए तैयार हो, प्रोवाइडेड आपके पास कोई माइंड बॉगलिंग आइडिया हो, आपने उसके ऊपर काम किया हो, आपका कुछ रेवेन्यू जनरेट किया हो, तो आज पैसे की बिल्कुल कमी नहीं है. Tomorrow we want to raise 100 crores. Trust me, we will be able to generate 100 crores. That is not the challenge. If you have the right business model, you have the right team, and you have the right plan to go to the market, money is not the issue. Okay, so get that out of your mind, that you need tons of money to start an organization. You can start small. So the first advice is, when you work on your business plan, you create a minimum viable product or services. You always do bootstrapping. What do you mean by bootstrapping? You say, I will fund it with my own money. Okay. I am going to invest my own money in this till the time it takes a particular shape and size. दूसरा, आप जा सकते हो, आपके पास सही में अच्छा बिजनेस मॉडल है, so you can go to your family and friends who like your idea. So one of the ideas, one of the suggestions which I will give the budding entrepreneurs is that if you watch Netflix, उसमें एक शो आता है शार्क टैंक, जरूर देखिएगा. आपको काफी उसमें से आइडियाज मिलेंगी. और वहाँ पर भी लोग अपने दोस्तों से, माँ बाप से पैसा लेते हैं और कैसे अपना बिजनेस चालू करते हैं, फिर उसके बाद इन्वेस्टर्स के पास जाते हैं, ज़्यादा पैसा लगे तो. So the third one is bank loans. Today, bank loans are available. दो आपको इतना क्वांटम में पैसा नहीं मिलता है. छोटा मोटा कुछ बिजनेस चालू करना है तो आपको बैंक लोन्स मिलते हैं. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट प्रोग्राम्स, जैसे सिडबी है, स्मॉल इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया का फंड्स है. यू गो देयर, you are able to, if you have a solid business case, they are ready to fund. There is Government of India has come up with a startup fund as well. Some 30,000 crore rupees are earmarked for the startup fund. So you can go there, and the information is available on various websites of the government. Lot of people today when they have a great business idea, they do crowdfunding. Now, yeah, this is a new phenomena in India, at least. In the US और पाश्चात्य देशों में क्राउड फंडिंग, मतलब क्राउड से कैसा पैसा लेना है, तो उसके लिए भी एक प्लेटफॉर्म होता है. ओके, इन इंडिया में भी एक क्राउड फंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म आ गए. इंडिगोगो करके है, केटो है, फंडलाइंड है, कैटापल्ट है. ऐसे काफ़ी सारे क्राउड फंडिंग प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ पर आप अपना प्रोडक्ट, कोई अच्छा प्रोडक्ट हो, आप वहाँ पर लिस्ट करें, जहाँ आपको ये लोग बोलेंगे हम आपका जब प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में आएगा वो हम खरीदेंगे. मतलब आपका सिर्फ प्रोटोटाइप होगा, वो आप बोलोगे उनको कि हम आपको एक साल में ये प्रोडक्ट हमारा आने वाला है. कि जैसे इलेक्ट्रिक साइकिल ले लीजिए, आपका कोई बिजनेस प्लान है, तो वो लोग बोलेंगे कि हम इसको खरीद लेते हैं, ये एडवांस में आप पैसे ले लो और आपका प्रोडक्ट डेवलप करो, लेकिन मैं इसको पहले से ही बाय कर लेता हूँ, तो आपको एडवांस में पैसे दे देते हैं. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द वेज टू fund your dream. Angel investors, these are early age investors with surplus cash, जिनके पास अपना खुद का धंधा है, surplus cash है, and you call them angel investors. There are a lot of angel investors in the country today. You have Mumbai Angels करके है, हैदराबाद Angels है, India Angels Network करके है. सो वो क्या करते हैं कि एक साथ इकट्ठा हो जाते हैं. आप अपना बिजनेस आइडिया उनके पास ले जाइए, वो एक कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम में बैठ के 10 लोग आपका बिजनेस आइडिया इवैल्यूएट करेंगे, और आपके इसमें दम होगा तो वो इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, क्योंकि उनको अर्ली स्टेज में ज़्यादा इक्विटी मिलती है, और वो लोग आपको मेंटरिंग भी करेंगे, एडवाइस भी करेंगे, क्योंकि उनको एक्सपीरियंस होता है. वो आपको बहुत काम आएगा. सो एंजल इन्वेस्टर इज वन वे ऑफ फंडिंग योर ड्रीम. एंड पीपल लाइक अस हु हैव रीच्ड अ क्रिटिकल मास, जैसे 100-200 करोड़ रुपए का आपका टर्नओवर हो गया, अच्छा प्रॉफिट हो गया, देन यू गो टू द प्राइवेट इक्विटी और वेंचर कैपिटल. काफ़ी वेंचर कैपिटल है इंडिया में भी. वार्बक फिनिक्स है, बेन कैपिटल है, ब्लैकस्टोन है, केकेआर है, ऐसे बड़े बड़े ये है. बट आई थिंक आपको वो स्टेज पर जाओगे तब आपको अपने आप पता लग जाएगा. मुझे बोलने की जरूरत नहीं, आप वहाँ पहुँचे, अपने आप आपको आपके पास भी आना चालू है. आपका प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है, आपको मार्केट में आपका नाम है, तो अपने आप ये आपको भी अप्रोच कर सकते हैं. Next, and this is the last one. We are almost close to 4:30 now. These are the entrepreneurs who had dared to dream. उन्होंने ड्रीम किया तो आज ये पोजीशन पे पहुंचे हुए हैं. नारायण मूर्ति देख लीजिए आप, शिव नडार देख लीजिए, ओयो रूम का रितेश अग्रवाल, such a youngster. I take so much of inspiration from him, though he's way junior in terms of age to me, but so much to learn from him. आपके विजय शंकर शर्मा, उनके यहाँ क्या, उनके पिताजी शायद टीचर हुआ करते थे गवर्नमेंट स्कूल में. रितेश अग्रवाल के घर वाले भी एकदम साधारण से घर से आए हुए थे. टुडे they are unicorns. They are become so big that Oyo rooms have gone international, Zomato has gone international, Paytm has gone international. So ये सारे आप अपने लिए प्रेरणा देने वाले लोग हैं. इनसे काफ़ी कुछ इंस्पिरेशन. मैं दूसरा ये बोलूँगा कि आप इनकी स्टोरी पढ़ा कीजिए. मैं तो आज भी मुझे खाली वक्त मिलता है तो मैं ब्राउजिंग करते रहता हूँ, उनके बारे में पढ़ते रहता हूँ, और मुझे तो बहुत प्रेरणा मिलती है कि किस तरह से उन्होंने स्ट्रगल किया. मुझे याद है वो रितेश अग्रवाल यूज्ड टू से दैट खीसे में बिल्कुल पैसे नहीं थे, मतलब थोड़े से पैसे थे तो वो छोटे से होटल में जाके रुकता था और उनके क्या क्या चैलेंजेस है वो लिखता था. और उस तरीके से वो कोई फॉर्मल स्कूल में नहीं गया टू लर्न हाउ टू स्टार्ट ओयो रूम, उसने अपने आप सीखा. सो आप भी इन लोगों से प्रेरणा लीजिए, मैं भी लेता हूँ. और इसी के साथ मैं वट एवर advice I could give to the entrepreneurs I have. And going forward also, if there are people from Gayatri Parivar who intend to take any help from me, any advice, I'm more than happy to extend it to anybody who wants to start a venture. So thank you once again to Gayatri Parivar and Varunji, Swapnilji for giving me this opportunity. And thank you, धन्यवाद आप लोगों का भी. संडे को आप दोपहर को जब आपका सोने का वक्त होता है तब ये मेरा होपफुली बोरिंग था या इंस्पिरेशनल था, ये अभी पता लगा. एटलीस्ट people have not dropped off, so I hope it was adding value to them. So thank you once again.
Thanks a lot, Prasanna ji. It was indeed a very, very wonderful session. And मुझे भी बहुत खुशी हो रही है ये शेयर करते हुए कि पार्टिसिपेंट्स जितने शुरू में थे संख्या बढ़ी उसके बाद से, जो हमारा जूम का सेशन था. एंड उससे भी खुशी की बात यह है कि उससे कहीं दुगना तिगना लोगों ने इसे फेसबुक लाइव और यूट्यूब लाइव पे भी देख रहे हैं, जो कि यहाँ पे अकाउंट फॉर नहीं हो रहा है. सो वी हैव रीच्ड राइट नाउ, वी आर रीचिंग लाइव टू मोर देन 500 पीपल. सो and everyone has stayed throughout, so hats off to you. And I want to virtually clap for you, but ठीक है, we have our own limitations, so we express our gratitude for you, because inspire करने के लिए books तो बहुत होती हैं, but अगर किसी की अपनी खुद की कहानी होती है तो obviously सब लोग उससे ज्यादा कनेक्ट कर पाते हैं. So आपके सेशन का जो स्टार्टिंग हाफ था, जो आपने अपनी जर्नी बताई कि कैसे आपने एक के बाद एक कई प्रॉब्लम्स को आपने सॉल्व करने की कोशिश की, आप फेल भी हुए, एंड सो दैट वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग कि आप काफी ऑनेस्टली आपने अपनी कहानी शेयर की. यू वर वेरी हम्बल टू एक्सेप्ट कि कहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम थी, स्टिल यू वेंट अहेड, कहाँ पे आपको डर लगा, स्टिल आप आगे बढ़े. सो ये प्रॉब्लम्स शेयर कर पाना अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी चीज है, क्योंकि एक रियलिस्टिक पिक्चर सभी को प्रेजेंट करता है. So thanks a lot once again from my side and on behalf of all the participants. So right now we will be taking the questions. Participants से I am requesting कि उनके पास कोई भी questions हैं, so then we can get it directly answered from Prasanna ji. And meanwhile तब तक कुछ चीजें मैंने नोट डाउन की हैं आपके सेशन से, कुछ चीजें मैं भी अपनी तरफ से ऐड करना चाहूंगा. जैसे कि फंडिंग के बारे में प्रसन्ना जी ने बताया कि हम बूटस्ट्रैप कर सकते हैं, क्राउड फंडिंग कर सकते हैं. सो सम थिंग्स व्हाट आरबीआई हैज रिसेंटली डन, जो कि मतलब इवन दो मैं यहाँ एक अपने इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी में हूँ, बट स्टिल कुछ चीजें हैं जिस पे हम लोग काम कर रहे थे और वो अभी पब्लिक डोमेन में आ चुकी हैं. सो आई कैन शेयर विद एवरीवन. सो 2 months बैक एक गाइडलाइन आई थी कि टिल 50 लाख ऑफ लोन्स टू स्टार्टअप्स विल बी अंडर प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर. सो प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर एक ऐसा सेक्टर होता है जिसमें बैंक्स को हम मैंडेट देते हैं कि आपको इसमें लोन देना है, एंड स्टार्टअप्स को पहली बार इंक्लूड किया गया है, क्योंकि जनरली बैंक स्टार्टअप्स को लोन देने में कंफर्टेबल नहीं होते थे क्योंकि वो अनटेस्टेड होती है वो कंपनीज. बट नाउ जो पूरा सेटअप है गवर्नमेंट का भी एंड आरबीआई का भी, दे आर आइडेंटिफाइंग कि ये सेक्टर कितना इंपॉर्टेंट है हमारे ग्रोथ स्टोरी के लिए. सो दैट इज देयर. एंड सेकेंड थिंग, जो क्राउड फंडिंग वाला जो कॉन्सेप्ट है, सो एक नई लेंडिंग मॉडल इंडिया में आया है जिसे हम बोलते हैं P2P लेंडिंग, पीयर टू पीयर लेंडिंग. और ये 2 साल पहले इंडिया में आया है, विदेशों में पहले से था. सो ये मॉडल ऐसा है कि अगर मान लीजिए कि मुझे वरुण भैया को लोन देना है, या फिर प्रसन्ना जी को मुझे लोन देना है, तो उन्हें मेरी विश्वसनीयता के बारे में उतना पता नहीं. और आप बैंक के पास अपना पैसा रखते हो, लेकिन आपको नहीं पता कि वो बैंक आपका पैसा किसको लोन दे रहा है. सो इस मॉडल में ऐसा होता है कि आप एक इंसान दूसरे इंसान को डायरेक्ट लोन देता है, लेकिन एक ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म के थ्रू, और इसे हम पीयर टू पीयर लेंडिंग बोलते हैं. सो ये बहुत ही एक इनोवेटिव कॉन्सेप्ट है, और जो आजकल जो बिजनेसेस हैं और जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं जिनको नॉर्मल चैनल से पैसा उठाने में उनको तकलीफ होती है, तो दे आर यूजिंग दिस चैनल, द P2P मॉडल जो अभी चल रहा है. So I thought just to share with the participants ki they can also explore this option also.
Wonderful, thank you. As a matter of fact, मुझे भी ये learning हुआ है. So this is the power of collective sharing.
Exactly. And the purpose of our weekly sessions, what Gayatri Parivar conducts, so it is also somehow, you know, kind of introspection and somehow applying the matters of principles जो हमारी अपनी normal जिंदगी में हम implement कर सकते हैं. तो जब मैं प्रसन्ना जी को सुन रहा था, तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था कि इनकी जो हर एक बात थी, उसके पीछे एक प्रिंसिपल था, एक सिद्धांत था, और वो सिद्धांत हर मोड़ पे काम आता है. फिर चाहे आप एक उद्यमी बनना चाहते हैं या फिर आप एक साधक बनना चाहते हैं, चाहे आप स्पिरिचुअलिटी के पाथ पे आगे जाना चाहते हैं या फिर आप एक बिजनेस के पाथ पे जाना चाहते हैं. सुनने में बहुत ही अजीब लग रहा होगा कि बिजनेस और स्पिरिचुअलिटी का डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन, पैरेलल कनेक्शन क्या हो सकता है, लेकिन कुछ चीजें बस मैं इसी सेशन से मैं कोट करना चाहूंगा. पहला था कि प्रसन्ना जी ने कहा कि इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ मेंटर, राइट. सो कि एक ऐसा इंसान की बहुत जरूरी होती है जो आपको सही रास्ता दिखा सके. कहीं ना कहीं एक साधक के लिए भी जरूरी होता है कि एक गुरु, जिसे हम कहते हैं, कि जो खुद में समर्थ हो और जो आपको सही रास्ता दिखाए. तो दोनों पाथ्स पे एक अग्रज की, एक सीनियर की, जो कि खुद समर्थ हो आपको सही रास्ता दिखाने के लिए, वो बहुत जरूरी है. दूसरी चीज प्रसन्ना जी ने कहा कि कैपेसिटी टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स. अब प्रॉब्लम से तकलीफ किसे होगी? जिसके अंदर सहानुभूति है, जिसके अंदर सिंपैथी है. अगर मेरे आसपास समाज में प्रॉब्लम्स हैं और मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा है, तो शायद मुझे बिजनेस स्टार्ट करने की भी इच्छा मेरे अंदर नहीं आएगी. तो यहाँ पे सिद्धांत ये है कि आपके अंदर सिंपैथी होनी चाहिए, आपके अंदर एम्पैथी होनी चाहिए, कि आप अपने समाज के प्रॉब्लम्स को अपना समझें और उसको सॉल्व करने के लिए, भले ही एक प्रॉफिटेबल तरीके से, लेकिन वो एक इच्छा आपके अंदर होनी चाहिए. तीसरी चीज प्रसन्ना जी ने कही कि इस रास्ते में फेलियर्स आएंगे आपको, राइट. और एक नॉर्मल जो साधक होता है उसके जीवन में भी फेलियर्स आते हैं. और इसी पे ही पंडित श्री राम शर्माचार्य ने पुस्तक भी लिखी है, हारिए न हिम्मत. तो मेरे ख्याल से किसी भी उद्यमी के लिए यह पुस्तक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट हो सकती है, क्योंकि हारना तो निश्चित है, किसी न किसी मोड़ पे इंसान को झटका जरूर लगेगा, बट उस झटके से कैसे उबर पाए, उबरने के बहुत सारे गलत तरीके भी हो सकते हैं, बहुत सारे अच्छे तरीके भी हो सकते हैं. लेकिन अगर हमारे सिद्धांत पक्के हों तो शायद यह रास्ता ज्यादा आसानी से कट सकता है हम सभी के लिए. चौथी चीज प्रसन्ना जी ने कही, इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ रीडिंग. जैसे कि जितने भी सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर्स हैं, सो उनके बारे में वो पढ़ते हैं और उनसे इंस्पिरेशन लेते हैं. सो कहीं ना कहीं जो सद साहित्य की बात हम जो कहते हैं कि रीडिंग गुड लिटरेचर, सो ये सिर्फ और सिर्फ बिजनेस उद्यमी के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, कहीं ना कहीं किसी भी फील्ड में, कि अगर हम किसी भी फील्ड में आगे बढ़ना चाहते हैं तो उस फील्ड में जो सक्सेसफुल इंसान है उसके बारे में हम पढ़ते हैं. और अगर हम अच्छे इंसान बनना चाहते हैं तो जो अच्छे इंसान हैं उनके बारे में पढ़ते हैं. सो जो सिद्धांत है वो कहीं ना कहीं कॉमन है. एंड जो मैं समझ पा रहा हूँ कि the same principles are applying in each field, right? We just need to tweak it and we just need to be good human beings first, have all the virtues कि हमारे अंदर सहानुभूति हो, हमारे अंदर कर्मठता हो, हमारे अंदर टीम स्पिरिट हो, एंड वो बेसिक इंग्रेडिएंट्स अगर हमारे अंदर हैं तो शायद हम कोई सा भी रास्ता चुने, we would definitely be successful. So basically आप क्या है, एक ट्रैक पे रहे थे, मैं उसको सुनने की कोशिश दूसरे ट्रैक पे रहा था, एंड मुझे दोनों ट्रैक बिल्कुल सही लगे कि बहुत ही कंसिस्टेंसी थी आपकी बातों में. एक चीज बस मैं कहना चाहूंगा, जैसे आपने शार्क टैंक की बात करी, एक और वेब सीरीज अभी आई है जो कि आप सबने देखी होगी, स्कैम करके, जिसमें हर्षद मेहता के बारे में कहा गया है. और स्टार्टिंग में एक डायलॉग है उसमें, रिस्क है तो इश्क है. सो कहीं ना कहीं जो उद्यमी होता है, एक एंटरप्रेन्योर होता है, वो उसके अंदर रिस्क लेने की एक बहुत ही बड़ी अर्ज होती है उसके अंदर. बट उसी सीरीज के अंत में हम देखते हैं कि जैसे ही वो सिद्धांत से जब भटकता है, जब प्रिंसिपल से भटकता है और कहीं ना कहीं उस चकाचौंध की दुनिया का गुलाम बन जाता है, तो वो फिर अर्श से फर्श पे आ जाता है. तो हम कितने भी आगे बढ़ जाएं, कितने भी हमारे बड़े सपने हो, बट मेरे हिसाब से जो हमारे सिद्धांत हैं, जो हमारे आदर्श हैं, उनको पकड़ के रखना है, और ये हमें हमारा पैर खींचेंगे नहीं, बल्कि हमें और मजबूती से और बहुत ही ज्यादा ऊर्जा के साथ हमें आगे बढ़ने के लिए भी प्रेरित करेंगे. So that is how I concluded it in my head, and I wanted to share it with everyone else over here.
Thank you.
So I think there is one question that this person has interest in education field. He has graduated from IIT Mumbai and working in the field since last 8 years. So he wants to know how to approach investors in education field.
So as I said earlier as well, that one needs to do competition analysis. So this education market is a huge opportunity. Even if there is competition today, uh, there is so much of opportunity. Today we have the Baijus of this world who have come in, and there are likewise other platforms also. But what is your differentiator? What is your value proposition? What is it that you are doing differently than the others? Is it a scalable model, or is it a brick and mortar model? What is that model? See, as I said, funding is not a challenge at all. Trust me when I'm saying this. I have also made a lot of rounds, and we have also rejected investors. It is not that when we go, a lot of times they reject us, and they approach us and we reject them. It also happens that. But why we have reached this stage? Because we have a value proposition, we have a differentiator, we have market leadership. But for a startup, obviously all of this would not be there. But how different is your product? What is your approach to the market? Okay, all of that will play a role. And I think the best method is create a MVP, most viable product, और उसको मार्केट में ले जाइए, छोटे स्केल पर ले जाइए, उसके ऊपर रेवेन्यू दिखाइए. मे नॉट बी बिग, ओके, आप उसको एक प्रोटोटाइप बनाइए. क्योंकि आज टुडे नोबडी वांट्स टू इन्वेस्ट इन एन आइडिया. आइडियाज तो आज हिंदुस्तान में बहुत लोगों के पास है, बट आपने उसमें उसके ऊपर कुछ काम किया है, उसका कुछ प्रोटोटाइप बनाया है, उसके ऊपर छोटा सा ही रेवेन्यू बनाया है, it is easy for you to approach them. But if you just go with an idea that I am from a premium college, and then I have this idea, nobody is going to fund you. Trust me. Okay, then you will have to go through that same way what I said. Bootstrapping करो, आपको बैंक के पास ले जाओ, startup fund लो. But that's not a wrong idea to do. Don't try and go to a PE at a early stage. Early stage में private equity, venture capital आप में डालने वाला नहीं. Gone are the days. आपको आज के डेट में यही hierarchy, if I have to call it a hierarchy as a lack of a better word, मतलब bootstrapping करके, फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली से लोन लेके, या फिर क्राउड फंडिंग करके, या किसी तरीके से आप एक मिनिमम वायबल प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में ले जाइए. और उसके बाद आप, बिकॉज योर एस्पिरेशंस वुड बी वेरी बिग, एंड इफ यू हैव अ सक्सेसफुल मॉडल, there are more than enough people to invest in that idea.
So, thanks a lot. Another question is, in fact, a compliment from Principal Renu Trivedi Madam. She is telling that the session is very wonderful and very motivating. Any tips for young girl students to pursue their small talents into entrepreneurship?
As a matter of fact, in this country today, there are enough platforms also, and the government has also created specific funds for women entrepreneurs. So, small time entrepreneurship करने के लिए तो काफी कुछ opportunity आपके पास है. As I said, if you are a woman, there are more opportunities, and the path is a little easier. But you will still have to go through the same rigmarole. आप विमेन एंटरप्रेन्योर हो तो आपके लिए कोई स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट कोई इन्वेस्टर देगा, ये तो होने वाला है नहीं. बट if you go through a government I mean funding sources from the government, there are certain privileges which are given to the women entrepreneurs, and I think you should take the benefit of that.
So on this point, I would just like to add one thing, because like there are many who want to pursue entrepreneurship in the student years, so they may not be perfectly capable to start a venture, but for them they can just small start also. So for example, like you buy Chinese lights for Diwali, or you buy some decoration for some festivals. Why not try to make something on your own? So just the idea कि जरूरी नहीं है कि मैं क्लास 8 में हूँ तो मैं कंपनी शुरू कर दूं. ये भी हो सकता है कि आप क्लास 8 में हो तो आप अपने चीजों को यूज करें इनोवेट करने के लिए, कुछ ऐसी चीजें क्रिएट करने के लिए, और उस पर आप फीडबैक ले सकते हैं कि मतलब कैसा उनका फीडबैक है, एंड अपने फ्रेंड्स एंड फैमिली से. एंड वो छोटी छोटी जो सक्सेस और फेलियर्स होंगी, they will definitely motivate you and give the right guidance in the natural course. And जब आप कॉलेज में जाएंगी, जब आप एक्चुअली ग्रेजुएट करेंगी, so then obviously जैसा कि प्रसन्ना जी ने बताया कि all the government funds and the preferential treatment which is coming from the government sources, आप उनका benefit ले सकते हैं. I think there is a follow-up question. Can you share names of angel capitalists? I am already into startup and looking for funds, by Sandeep.
So as I said, there are angel investors. I have myself made a lot of presentations to Mumbai Angels, to Chennai Angels. They have a specific website for. If you Google Chennai Angels, these are a set of people who have come together and created this platform, where you go with the business idea. After a particular stage where your business has reached, go to them, and they will give you so on their platform, one is to upload your presentation, आपका business plan आप उसके ऊपर upload कर दो, and if they have a committee and they shortlist those people, the business models, and they invite you. As a matter of fact, they even pay for your air travel. So if the business model is good, they आपको पैसे देते हैं और आपको बुलाते हैं, और आप वहाँ पर जाके presentation करिए. 8-10 लोग जो serious investors हैं, जिनके पास surplus cash होता है, वो collectively करते हैं या individually भी करते हैं. So there is Mumbai Angels, there is Hyderabad Angels, there is Chennai Angels, and India Angel Network करके भी एक संस्था है उनकी, मतलब again an online platform. They also you go on search for Indian Angel Network. आपको वहाँ पर भी उनकी काफी information मिल जाएगी.
Thank you. There is another question from Pragya Tiwari. She first compliments thanking you for the session. She is currently pursuing MBA in HR. So she is asking that before starting up, what experience she should have.
Again, if you have experience in that particular field, you get a head start. For example, I was from the HR background, so I understood when I after spending so many years in the running HR as a function, I realized what are the top 5 challenges in that particular function, and then I created a business model around it. So आप HR में काफी दिन काम करिए, मे बी 4-5 साल तो मिनिमम आई वुड रिकमेंड दैट आपने क्रिटिकल मास एक्वायर करना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस लेना चाहिए. साइड बाय साइड आप कुछ आपका एंटरप्रेन्योर वेंचर आपको करना है तो करिए, और फिर उसके बाद आप कुछ अलग सा लेके आइए. जो कंपटीशन करता है वही अगर आप मार्केट में लेके आएंगे तो इट्स नॉट गोइंग टू फ्लाई. आपको कुछ अलग ऑफरिंग लेके आना पड़ेगा, आपका प्रोपोजिशन में कुछ वैल्यू होनी पड़ेगी, तब आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट मिल सकता है और आप एक सक्सेसफुल एंटरप्रेन्योर बन सकते हैं.
So I think we have now reached the end of the session, and uh, and everyone would agree that this was one of the sessions where nobody was seeing the time limit, and everybody wants to continue, but everyone has their own time constraints, so we will have to stop somewhere. I would again like to thank Prasanna ji from my side, from Varun Bhaiya's side, and on behalf of all participants for his wonderful words of wisdom. I'm sure इनके शब्दों ने बहुत लोगों को इंस्पायर किया होगा, and they will have the option of remaining in touch with us, and it gives some positive direction to the aspirations of the youth of this country. Just to conclude with another dose of positivity, that startup entrepreneurship, these were the founding themes of Mahatma Gandhi also, जो उनका साबरमती आश्रम था. सो उसमें वो हर को यही सिखाते थे कि अपना काम स्वयं करो, और उसी आश्रम में पंडित श्री राम शर्मा आचार्य ने भी अपना श्रमदान दिया था. अपने जीवन को शुरू करने के पहले स्वावलंबन सीखा था, और पूरी जिंदगी में उन्होंने सबको स्वावलंबी होना सिखाया था. सो कहीं ना कहीं जो उद्यमिता है, ये स्वावलंबन का ही एक दूसरा रूप है. जब हम स्वावलंबी होकर के आजीविका कमाते हैं तो हम उद्यमी बनते हैं, और उसी विचार को हमें अपने इंडिविजुअल लाइफ में भी जीना है कि कैसे हम स्वावलंबी बने, आत्मनिर्भर बने, और कैसे हम उसके द्वारा अपनी लाइवलीहुड और आजीविका कमाएं और खुद का भला करें और समाज का भला करें. So with this conclusion, I would like to end the session, and thank you again for your precious time. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Swapnil Bhaiya. Thank you, Prasanna ji. Session was so good. I am basically not from a real session. Simple for a person from a science, biology, medical background to understand commerce, economics, and entrepreneurship is a big challenge. So, but I could understand. I could understand it very well. So it was a very simple and a very nice session. And Prasanna ji has promised us that every month, or means in 2 months, he will bring such a person like him who can guide the young generation. And right now, means there is a need to boost the economy. So he will be, he will keep a promise, and we will be conducting such sessions every month, or means in 2 months we will conduct such a session for youngsters, specifically those who need the right direction for their economic start. So thank you so much, Prasanna ji. धन्यवाद आपका. और इस सेशन को हम स्टार्टिंग हमने राइटियसनेस से, भगवान हम सबको सद्बुद्धि की सन्मार्ग करें, और एंड करेंगे हम परमात्मा से कि हम सबको सन्मार्ग पे प्रेरित करके हम सबको शांति दे. क्योंकि कृष्ण भगवान गीता में कहते हैं जिसका चित्त शांत है उसको ही जीवन में सुख मिल सकता है, और ये पूरा इकोस हमको सुख लाने के लिए है. तो हम भगवान से शांति की प्रार्थना करें कि हम सबको शांति दे, कि हमारा सबका जीवन, हम सबका जीवन सुखमय बन सके. सो चैंट शांति पाठ. ओम द्यो शांति अंतरिक्ष गुम शांति पृथ्वी शांति रापः शांति रोषधयः शांति वनस्पतयः शांति विश्वे देवा शांति ब्रह्म शांति सर्वगुम शांति सामा शांतिरेधि. ओम शांति शांति शांति. धन्यवाद. प्रणाम.